For the last 6 years, I've been traveling by bike in 16 countries across Europe. I've opened a bike shop with my friends at my university, and I'm going to bike half of the world for the next few years. This is how bikepacking changed my life. Back to 2017, fresh out of school, my friends and I wanted an adventure. But we were broke, and the only solution was to grab our bikes and ride as far as we could. This is how we cycled 700 kilometers along the French North Sea. For the first time, I knocked at a stranger's door, discovering true hospitality. For the first time, I slept in a tent or just under the stars. It was freezing though. For the first time, I cooked with a camping stove, and after a long day of cycling, every bite felt like a feast. Every moment was an adventure, every encounter a lesson in generosity. This journey was not just a trip, it was the birthplace of my first outdoor memories. Even as we went to different universities, we seized every chance to hit the road again. No matter the season, we kept pedaling to the neighboring countries and beyond. We fell in love with this way of traveling because of its freedom, its simplicity, and the thrill of the unknown. And finally, in 2020, we cycled all the way to Oslo, Norway. I said finally because you know what happened next. COVID-19 struck, and suddenly travel was no longer an option. But I've always believed that everything happens for a good reason. During these trips, when we had a mechanical problem, I was always the first one to get my hands dirty. That's how I discovered my passion for bike mechanics. And guess what happened during the COVID-19 lockdown? The bike market in Europe exploded, and I got a side job in a bike shop. This was my first student job, and I could not have dreamed of a better one. Every day, I was learning new things and was surrounded by people who had turned their love for bikes into a career. And one day, my colleague Nicolas, also a student, turned to me and said, "Ciao, you know that bank in the middle of our uni? They are moving out and they are looking for a new project to take over the space. What if we started a participative bike maintenance shop?" Without a clue of where it would lead, I just replied, "Of course, man." A few months later, we had the place, and it was just a dozen of friends willing to turn an old bank into a bike repair shop. We were all full-time students, and some of us got side job as well, and only a few of us really knew how to repair bikes. It was hard to find the funds, and the project turned into a massive challenge. But against all expectations, Les Ateliers Roue Libre was born. A place where we provide you the tools and knowledge to fix your bike by yourself, and this for almost free. For the next few years, the shop increased in both quality and popularity. We became more professionals and began to diversify our activities by organizing repair cafes, meetups, and even bike flea markets. But you know, the most precious thing that we had in the atelier, it's not the expensive tools that we have, or the loyal customers, or the place itself. No, it's the people that joined the association. The workshop became a hub for students passionate about bikes. It became a family. We rode together, we laughed together, we studied together, and we fixed our bikes together. But everything has an end. During this time, I was also finishing my studies.
C'est surtout de la fierté de se montrer devant des parents.
And while all of my friends were looking for jobs, I was still seeking for adventure. I had always wanted to travel the world, and I figured that now that I'm free, it was a perfect time to do it. To achieve my dream, I sold all of my bikes looking for my new steed. This is the Akuru. And with all of my experience from my previous trip, I built the ultimate adventure bike. I had only one trip in the Balkans with some friends to test my brand new beast before the big trip. We got separated in the middle of our trip, and I was on my own. I had always been afraid of traveling alone, and gave me a glimpse of what to expect. Surprisingly, it's not bad, it's just different. You go where you want, whenever you want, at the pace you want. Every encounter becomes now a blessing, And on your bike, loneliness makes you think about you, the past, and the future. And finally, the future has become now. My childhood dream of exploring the world has become an adult logistic nightmare. Look at what I've just got! It's my visa. But my wish has been granted. I'm in China with my bike and I'm ready to travel the world. But the more I approach the day of departure, I realize that I will not be on vacation. It is something deeper than just going abroad doing crazy stuff. Being away from everything that I know for such a long time is very difficult. I used to have a classic routine and now I don't know what the day will be made of. I used to have a lot of friends and now I'm alone. I used to be in love and now I only have faded memories. While flirting with the joy of traveling, I hope to find answers to these unsolved questions, that I become a better version of myself every day. But the most important thing is to enjoy every moment of it. This is how bikepacking changed my life. Thank you.